Yeah, folks, Coach Simmons here. As I watched this weekend, my father, addicted to the screens, watching stories about Vietnam, and I saw a lot of people his age, generation, doing the exact same thing. It doesn't matter what channel it's on. This is things they lived through and they are holding dear. It led me to the answer to this whole financial foundation for HBCU sports. This is an odd transition. I'm not comparing the two, but there is a correlation. Now, people gotta understand something. That generation, or matter of fact, any generation, holds on to their history, and what made them feel young. Things they can remember, things that shows what they were doing, what they were like back then. This was an article by Stadium Talk. It shows something that can be the foundation for any HBCU app. Now I give 100% props and respect due the HBCU Go and HBCU League Pass. You're doing something. And we know the first step is always the hardest step. But this, I believe Mr. Roland Martin was on All Script Show today, talking about concrete, about a foundation. These are 25. I'm gonna give you a show. Call it Conversations with the greatest HBCU players of all time. Because you can't tell me a show either with Doug Williams or people who played with Doug Williams can't bring in money. These are our stories. These are our documentaries. If we're not going to tell our stories, who is? I mean, honestly, with these kind of, this is the history we have. Why are we not telling these stories over again? Fresh documentaries. I don't mean, yes, you may have the ones that you did back in the day, but you can still make more. On how this person may have affected you. Interview kids from the schools. What does Rayfield Wright mean to you? That's what you can do. Go to Jackson State. What does Robert Brazile mean to you? What does his presence mean to you? These are the things that can always be done. Steve McNair, the same thing. What does that history mean to Alcorn State? Why are we not doing this? You can do a weekly series. There are, or bi-weekly series. There are 52 weeks in a year. Take 25 top players The ones that are still alive, bring them on. The ones that are no longer with us, find a link. This is the history of HBCU football. When you have a history that is not being told, does it still exist? I'm going to ask you one more time. If you have a history that is not being told, does it still exist? We have big names. We have people who are stars that are still relevant. But we're not promoting. Richard Dent, to me, was the end-all be-all of defensive ends. Charlie Joyner was just the dude no one could catch in San Diego. Are these current? Or would we just have our history lost to the wind? Because no one else is telling our story. No one's telling how Willie Lanier is the reason why a black man can play middle linebacker. That was my idol. I never saw him play. Art Shell, not only was a great offensive tackle, was the first black head coach in the NFL. Who's telling that story? Ken Houston, Prairie View. 14 years with the Oilers. Who is telling these stories? 49 interceptions. No one is telling our history. So no one's going to say it. Why should we cry when nobody remembers? Coach Simmons, and this is what I mean when I say impact over views. This generation that grew up watching these kids, they're now men. They're now women, grandmas, great-grandmas, great-grandpas. They will watch this. That is your bottom baseline. That is your foundation. That is your concrete. Coach Simmons, man. And we got to do something.